What's up, guys? This is Philip and Zach here over here at Time to Game, and this is our Last of Us Season 2, Episode 1 and 2 review.
How did you like it?
Probably, I liked it. It was a slow build-up. I don't feel it was necessarily as strong as Episode 1 of Season 1. It was good. It really did showcase how Joel was accepted into the group, or like Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of like the city planner.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, he just came in. They accepted him.
They kept coming to him
took
with
over.
like problems, and then he was having to do that, and then he still found this time where he liked to fix the watch, even though I think it was Dina was asking her about something.
It was a breaker he was working on.
Oh, okay, maybe it was a breaker.
Yeah. Then she immediately jumped into, so why are you guys fighting or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, she picked up on it.
Yeah. Or they came up on their own and overthrew Fedra.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot.
In
about that.
Seattle.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm not sure. We'll probably learn more about that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played the game.
Yeah,
Long
me too.
time.
Me too. The
What was that?
Washington Liberation Front. And that's what it is. Wolves. I'm missing a letter.
Then what happened? Where did it go to?
Then it's. I feel like it went to Ellie, didn't it? Like she was sparring with some other nameless guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 3 times her size.
Yeah. Seemed like she was at least surviving, right?
Yeah.
And you find out the reason why is because he was pulling his punches.
Yeah, and she got pissed. I guess they're going to show her training because she's going to be murdering hundreds of people. So we gotta have training to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good sequence. I mean, she was getting the submissions and the grappling down. Probably with her being smaller stature, it makes sense for her not to be overpowering, especially with somebody twice her size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus, we know she's pretty deadly with a knife.
Very, very. Throwing bricks and bottles.
Yeah. So after that, where does it go?
It went to. I think we briefly talked about it. Like Joel and Dina, they're at the table. He's fixing a breaker.
Right. Yeah.
And they start talking about
It's obviously
his relationship with Ellie.
like points of contention in there.
Mm-hmm. And Joel's pretty close to Dina too. Like he cares about her too. I guess he's like that father figure that everyone.
Oh yeah, like the city's uncle.
Yeah. What I never to Uncle Joel there.
No, that was a good one. I liked how to sit down and get some one-on-one time. Looking back, in retrospect, you know, it seemed like everybody in this episode got a little one-on-one time with Joel. Joel with Dina, a little bit of conversation later on with Tommy.
Yep. He had a one-on-one conversation with Tommy's wife. I'm blanking on her name, but she's like the mayor of the city or something. Or that might be Tommy. I'm not sure. Like, he had a one-on-one session with the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was right after that scene.
Oh, and she takes payment and weed and
she drinks the whole time.
yeah. So.
I
Post-apocalypse.
think-
What's her name? Maria.
Maria? That's her name?
Yep. No, Maria is Tommy's wife.
Okay. I feel like she's the leader, right? Although there's like a committee, so I guess they share leadership. Not the therapist, though. I think every time we see her, she is drinking.
She doesn't act belligerent or anything, so yeah, she handles it well. So she's been doing this a while.
Yeah, and she has reason to drink, I guess.
So she's the town therapist, and I guess Joel
She could be the only surviving therapist.
Yeah,
left.
yeah, in the Last of Us universe. She is experienced in it, and then people didn't just start coming to her. So she was. Say that to bring up. She picked up that Joel was hiding something, withholding something, right? And then,
Like it was like she always knew, but she got really tired of it. I guess she had a little too much to drink, and she started speaking her.
yeah, she started speaking her mind. Which rightfully so. I don't recall seeing she said Joel killed her husband. I don't recall that in the earlier,
Like in the previous season?
Yeah, in season
Yeah, I
1 or
don't-
so.
I don't remember that either.
Time for a rewatch.
So, maybe they'll show it later.
Yeah, or maybe it would just happened off camera and it would be.
I got the feeling that he might have been infected or something. Like she said, he had to do it.
I get that you had to do it, but
Yeah.
and then Joel, he stands up. He doesn't come clean, which I feel that would have solved a lot. Probably stopped this entire season from happening if people just talked to each other.
Probably. Maybe they would have like shunned them and kicked them out for not trying to save the world with the. Extract the cure from Ellie, but also killing her. Like it was a worthy sacrifice or something.
It showed that in the X-rays from the previous season, right? It showed that the fungus had grown like in her brain or something, but she was still
like
high functioning,
like intertwined within her nervous system.
Like it didn't affect her as far as cognitive or anything at all.
Not.
So that's probably why it would have been deadly to her, because if they would have had to get pieces of her brain and drill all that in.
Yeah. But after that, it was straight to Ellie and Tommy sniping, like
okay,
sniping the infected. And I remember that in the game. That was fun.
He gets out there and they're talking that one-on-one, and that's when I guess he just pulled her to the side that way, not to embarrass her out in front of other people, but tells her she needs to follow orders.
Yeah, need to follow orders because she begged him to go on patrol, and he knows that she won't, and she's just acting out like normal. But then after that, they do go on patrol.
Yeah, he lets her. Like she begs pretty much. She's like, "Hey, I don't want to be." What did he say she was going to be doing?
On the wall.
Okay, wall.
Watchers on the wall.
Yeah, the watchers.
Yeah. And yeah, they do go on patrol, and of course they wander off on their own. I think
Dina and Ellie.
Yeah,
is this
Dina
that?
and Ellie. They
Okay.
like right ahead of the patrol, and they find that bear with all the infected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many clickers does it take to take down a bear or something? Do they call them clickers, or do they call them infected?
You know what? I didn't catch it.
There's so many different zombie medias out there.
Yeah.
Between freakers from Days Gone. I think they call them that. Those zombies. Zombs.
Walkers from the
Walking Dead, yeah.
Is this episode 1? Is that where they go into the town?
Yeah.
And then they investigate the house?
Yeah.
Is this the part we're at?
Yeah. They investigate the house, and they take down a clicker.
There's a few of them in there, right? And then
I think so. Then after they take,
there's that
after
little
Ellie takes down
exchange.
one.
There's that little exchange when they go in there and they're still kind of like,
Oh, they're doing like the sign language.
yeah,
things.
and then kind of still giggling and everything.
Yeah. Grab the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, we know what you're gonna do with the bottle.
Yeah,
If you
really.
play the game, we know.
You can take that to the inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they still have that exchange, and then still showing that they're still young at heart, right? Not
Right.
taking it as serious probably as they should. Or Ellie, I guess that just goes to show her, or
Yeah.
continues to show her what kind of character she is.
Always like to goof around and have fun.
Right. But then they get business done. She gets in, and that's pretty brutal. Like, it was a bunch of neck stabs. I thought she was going to get her hand when she grabbed the clicker and the sleeper and then just kept going at the neck.
Yeah.
So they take that one down. It doesn't show Dina taking down the other one, right?
No, it didn't.
And then, so it just stays on Ellie, and then she falls through.
Yeah, like right after that, like, hey, come check out this like employee of the month thing that she was looking at before she was going to show Dina. Then
Okay.
she falls through the floor into like a supermarket.
And that's where we come to. She hears a noise, right?
Oh yeah, that's where
The lurker or
stalker. I
stalker.
think they call him.
Okay,
I guess they've never seen them in
like they're
that
evolving.
world. Yeah, something like that. Like in the
she thinks
game,
he's gonna be
it was just another type of
like an enemy,
enemy, right?
right?
The
But this one looks like it hasn't just fully. Like there were no fungus, not much.
Like
Like it
very
was
little
very
fungus.
very recent,
like they
fairly
can still
recent.
see real good. You know?
And it was using the noise to its advantage to get them to look one way. The Kansas City Shuffle.
Yeah.
No, that was lucky number 11.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites, dude.
Man, I love Slevin.
Oh
dude.
god, I gotta put that on my top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she eventually takes that one down, but she adapts to it after learning that new information.
Mm-hmm.
She gets. Is that the one where she gets bit?
She adapts by getting attacked and bitten.
She did.
Yes.
Yeah, but she survived. Is
Yeah,
what
she
I was
survived.
what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, she got bit in her like
Her ab.
her abdomen somewhere. Then later she like cut
Yeah,
it
she-
to make it look like
Yeah, self stitches.
yeah, something like that. So no one knows she
And then
got
that's
bit.
when she brings it to the council or committee.
Yeah, because
that
I guess
they're-
if you disobey orders, you got to go
Go,
in front
Reason
of the
why?
council. Yeah, something like that.
and then that's when she tells them about the stalker,
Yeah. Like a
which it
smarter
didn't seem like
effective-
they kind of brush it off.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, like thinking it could have been a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's what they end up saying. It could have been a one-off, and then we really don't hear much more about it. But I believe that'll happen later on down the line, like it'll play into the further in the season.
And then right after that, I think it immediately went to, hey, are you going to the dance? Or like the community thing.
Yeah.
And they all end up.
Who asked? Dina asked Ellie if she's going, right? And
Right.
she's like, I guess I'll go.
Yeah,
Still playing it cool.
they're playing it cool. Like, not interested, you know. I'll be there though.
So then it cuts to the dance, right?
Yeah, because the dance.
And then
And then eventually Dina and Ellie.
we see that Joel is there pretty much the entire town.
Yeah. Even the therapist looking on.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what they're hiding. Drinking.
Obviously. And then Dina and Ellie, or Dina asks Ellie to dance,
Right, yeah. Slow song.
and then she makes the comment that she's high.
And
And
that
eventually,
everyone was looking at her.
this episode still, like, and I don't think I brought it up, how Ellie still feels like an outsider. So she even comments on it that everybody's looking at her. Well, saying that everybody's looking at Dina, but Dina says, no, everybody's looking at you. Probably, like, trying to make it sound like she's with the prettiest girl. That's the way I took it.
Yeah.
But so far up to this point, it's still, I feel they did really well as far as showing how integrated Joel gets in with the community. You know, people look to him
Yeah.
as a higher authority, whether or not he accepts it.
Right.
And then Ellie feeling like an outsider,
Yeah.
even though she's accepted.
She is accepted, and we did miss a comment that Jesse made as well, saying that, like, kind of coming in close right before they went on patrol, saying that like, everyone looks up to y'all. Like, I don't know why.
Oh, when they're outside getting ready to, whatever, like
yeah.
the little call before, when talking with everybody getting ready to go out on patrol. Okay, yeah.
And then I guess Dina and Jesse broke up the day before or something.
Oh, bringing in a love triangle?
Yeah, love triangle. Yeah. Well, I guess they break up all the time and get back together, but not that night. They didn't go to the dance together. It was just her and Ellie.
Yeah,
And
yeah, so they're
eventually,
dancing,
yeah,
right?
They
They-
shared a kiss and like was it
Who's I just called him old man in my notes.
the old homophobic man or something?
Yeah, said he had too much drink,
Yeah.
caused him some slurs.
Yeah.
and then Joel immediately hits in, like frame perfect, just like shoves him down.
Like, it was so quick. He
Yeah.
should have seen him coming. Like, he was standing right there.
But just continue, like a really good instance to show how would it be overprotective? I mean,
Yeah,
granted,
overprotective.
I understand it as someone with kids, like he's lost one, and then
Mm-hmm.
now took on parenting another, whether it seems she wants to or
He
not.
slaughtered an entire army to get to her.
Yeah, to save
What it
her.
feels like, you know.
What's an old man?
And now she is extremely upset with him, and now he's still trying
Yeah.
to help, and that pisses her off more. You know?
So they made it seem they were so on the nose that the episode, like with Dina talking to Joel about it, she not knowing that she knows, but knowing that she's mad at him for some reason. Anyways, so then Ellie blows up at him right after he shoves the old man down.
Right.
Storms out, right?
Storms out, I guess, kind of cools off outside for a while, and then everybody leaves, and she goes back to,
She lives in the garage, right?
yeah, she lives in the garage out behind Joel's.
Of their house.
And Joel's sitting on the porch strumming his guitar.
Oh God, hits him in the feels.
Man, it does, don't it? Like, the name of that episode is called Future Days. Was this that Pearl Jam song?
Mm-hmm.
And we never did hear that song in there. I don't know if they're waiting till later to play it, but that's what I was expecting. But no, she just kind of looked at him and walked past. Like, maybe they'll
No,
expand on
she's
that
still-
scene later. That was it. After that, it just cut to Abby and Mel, and I forgot the names of all the other people from Seattle that they just got into.
WLF group.
The WLF group. They just got into Jackson, and that's where the episode ends.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Goodness.
So we'll talk about episode 2 then.
Yeah. On like overall, episode 1, it did what it needed to do. There were some changes, but I feel like they weren't terrible changes. Watching episode 1 week by week, or the episodes week by week, I felt really good that the quality is still continuing from the first season.
Yes. Like,
So yeah, I mean, like it was
there's no
crazy
dip in
good.
quality. I love it. Love it when TV shows stay consistent.
Right? Think about you, Dexter.
So, yeah, Dexter.
What
Would you?
What would I rate it?
out
Oh
of 10?
man, out of 10,
Yeah, we'll do out of 10.
I'd say
What about you, Brian? Back here. What would you give the first episode out of 10?
Good 7.
Good 7.
7?
Yeah.
I was thinking
Right.
8.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy good episode. Didn't seem some parts seemed like it was strung along a little bit too long. But I did not take my eyes off of it whenever I was watching it. I was
Oh yeah, completely absorbed.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
What you-
I would probably give it an 8 as well. You know,
That was the calm before the storm. Even though there were some high points right there.
yeah, calm before the storm. We should talk about that storm.
Yeah. So episode 2, what's the title of it?
Through the valley.
Through the Valley.
Episode
yeah.
2, season 2. Through the Valley.
Yeah, they actually do play that song in this one, but we'll get to that one. But the episode started out with Abby, like, looking out over Jackson, or no, they woke up. I remember it was really cold, and everyone was shivering. Mm-hmm. Then they actually see Jackson and see how like defended it is with walls, and they were like, "Oh man, this is a lot bigger
Abby's
than we
group?
think." Yeah, Abby's
Okay.
group.
So they know it's not gonna they're not gonna attack it head on. They're gonna have to get to Joel somehow.
Yeah, yeah, they're after Joel, and they're just trying to figure out.
She makes a comment about that he's handsome in his 60s
And he has a scar.
and he has a scar. So that's pretty much the only thing they said. I guess no photographs or anything going on, right? So just got to go by
I
that.
guess that's how they used to do it.
Sounds so exhausting.
No picture, no Facebook, nothing. But
Between Ellie and Joel.
yeah, between Ellie and Joel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Ellie said.
Yeah, she's just brushing it off, not wanting to talk about it.
Yeah, maybe that could be it. But
And she's telling that to Tommy, right?
no, she's telling that to Jesse.
Jesse. Oh,
Dina's
I don't know why I
ex.
keep thinking Tommy. Tommy's such an integral part. Yeah.
Then
And they bring that up, right? She's saying she apologizes about kissing Dina.
Yeah, and he acts all like, "Oh, God, I can't believe this," and then he's like, "Yeah, I don't care," or whatever.
But then he says, "No, it's cool,
It's
right?"
cool.
They've been broken up.
Yeah, it goes to Tommy. He's like delivering like a little speech, like a town meeting, like going over drills about what to do in case an emergency happens. You know.
Oh, a lot of foreshadowing right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It's a good thing he had that.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Then like the boss lady wants to see Jesse and
Is this the boss lady, Maria?
Maria,
Okay.
Tommy's wife, wants to see Ellie, and turns out it's not. I can't think of the guy that called them dykes.
The old man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it turns out it's Maria wanting to have the old man that was
Had the altercation with her?
yeah, had the altercation with Dina and Ellie and kind of forced an apology out of him.
Okay.
And Ellie obviously didn't want to accept it. Like
Yeah, he says he
Made
had
them
too
some-
much to drink, right?
too much to drink, yeah. And he made them some sandwiches.
That's nice of him.
That was nice.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
He made him some sandwiches when they're to take out to patrol.
But then I think they leave on patrol from there.
Yeah, still she leaves with tension, like tension still high. I don't know if he forgave or there's the old phrase is like drunk's thoughts, sober words or something like that. Drunk words, sober thoughts. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That sounds right.
But she obviously so she did not forgive him. It didn't seem.
No, she did not. Like, you couldn't.
Can tell
It was
that later on
obvious
when
that-
they
it was obvious that they didn't. that she
the
didn't.
acting on this so far subtly you can still see how there's a lot of unspoken stuff like it's still acted phenomenally throughout.
Yeah, top tier.
Yeah. So they head out to patrol, right? Who's teamed up?
It's Dana and Joel already went out. Then it's Jesse and Ellie.
Okay.
Like they're on different routes.
Okay.
I forgot the name of the routes, and like there's a storm coming. I think she calls it out. It's like, is that going to be a problem? And Jesse's like, nah. I guess he didn't know what he was talking about.
Right.
Because it seems like the next scene they're in is like a blizzard.
A blizzard.
What happened, Jesse?
Yeah. Welcome, bullshit.
I don't know where it went from there. Like if they took shelter or the next scene is with Abby.
They come up on is it a warehouse?
I think it's a 7-Eleven.
No, okay, that's what.
Oh, wait.
All right, so yeah,
Talking about
Jesse
Ellie?
and Ellie,
Yeah, like it's a 7-Eleven that belonged to Eugene, the therapist's
husband.
husband,
Okay,
that he was using as a grow house.
nice,
apparently.
nice.
Yeah, I guess that's where all the weed came from.
Catherine O'Hara, the therapist, could go out there, or maybe she doesn't know about it. And Eugene was just bringing back his own
I feel like
homegrown
Jesse
stuff.
made a comment that she did not know about it.
Okay,
But she seemed okay with it.
and this
With the
deviated
second
from the
one.
game, right? Because it was Ellie and
Yeah, it was
Dina.
Ellie and Dina. And they were making out on a couch
Nice.
in the basement smoking weed. Because that's where Eugene's place was, is in a basement somewhere, I forget.
got you. And then it shows Joel and Dina.
Joel
Or-
and Dina going like out on patrol somewhere. It didn't really
taking
show
a different
lot
route.
of.
Okay.
It didn't really show a lot of. Joel.
It probably didn't because of like what's gonna happen here in a
Yeah.
second. They were.
But then it showed Abby going out, like kind of scoping out, and then she says, "Oh, the hell with this! It's too cold." Then she sees Joel and what turned out to be Joel and Dina, like down the mountain.
some people
little
she knew
ways.
that wasn't her, so she went to go
Yeah,
investigate,
she went to go
knowing
check.
or with the strong suspicion that this is where Joel is located.
Right, yeah. But she like tried to slide down a mountain, then she fell, and then she like
Starts tumbling.
starts tumbling, and I thought it was gonna be an avalanche or something.
Okay.
I guess she landed on like an old burial ground of infected.
Like they just started hibernating because it was so cold.
I guess.
Yeah. Because they
woke
were
them
under
all
the
up.
snow, not the.
No.
Yeah, she woke them up.
What woke him up? Was it her? Probably with all the noise she was making, stepping on them and all that. Or was it the guy in town that busted that clay pipe?
Right. Yeah, we didn't even
And
bring that up.
Yeah, we forgot about that from the first episode. But
And it showed the fungus growing
yeah,
in
it
that.
showed the fungus going through like
Or
these-
going through the vines.
Yeah, like the fungus roots or something.
And it wasn't slow either. It actually, like,
It was moving.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Evil Dead living.
Or but
The
but
vines
she
didn't get
woke up all
anybody.
these. It's like it seemed to be thousands of these.
Yeah, it started out like a
Infected.
small number, and then
It
there were just
kept
more
growing
and more.
growing. And like there's another pile of them that eventually.
Yeah, she starts running. More start popping up, like right in front of her. She starts darting, and then she
made her way to like this old warehouse.
started trying to, and she was trying to get away from them. Right, and this one they were just trying to bum rush her.
And she eventually made it over a wall. Then she's trying to weave her way through the buildings, and it's come across this like narrow gap between a fence and a wall. I remember this from the game. Oh, that was iconic. It was iconic. Like as soon as she like you squeeze in between that gap, here come all the infected. Start pushing up against the fence, and like you
Fence
see
starts giving way.
The concrete breaking down where the posts are and all. And
Like just giving way under so much weight.
latch on her, like break through, latch on, and all that. And that was brutal.
Yeah, she's doing what she can to get away. She can tell she's terrified. And it seems like they're right about to get her, and then a hand grabs her.
Yeah, yeah. And one of them almost does get her,
Yeah,
but luckily, someone's
if you would
there
call
to
that.
save the day.
Yeah. Who was that?
Joel,
Oh, damn
the
it.
one person she was looking for.
Yeah. Thank you, Pod Convenience. She doesn't immediately know it's him, right? Maybe just
No,
yeah.
she finds out
Like they get away, and they go into. I
she's
feel
like
like
in
it's the
shock.
warehouse.
Yeah, it was a warehouse of some kind. I don't know what the hell they did there, but like she's in shock, kind of sitting there trying to catch her breath, and then I think Dana gave it out, like was yelling out Joel and all that, and then she's, oh, hey, I'm looking for that guy.
Yeah. And then, even though he saved her, the hate for this person named Joel who killed her father.
And everyone she grew up with, apparently. I mean,
Yeah. So even though he'd saved her, and not necessarily a life for a life, she was still out for vengeance, and she couldn't. Nothing was going to stop her from trying to get that. And then she tried to talk. Well, she did talk. Dina, and is it Dina or Dana?
I think it's Dina.
Dina and Joel. And you're like, hey, I have a group of friends up here at this house,
Yeah.
and she lures them there.
Like,
Like, hey, well, they want to go back to Jackson. Do they see all of the infected running around at this point? Or they're still... They just make a split-second decision, right? They don't see that Jackson's getting ready to go under attack.
no, they immediately go toward her friends because
Because they said, when we get there, my friends, they have guns. They can help y'all fight.
But on the way there, they see the siege on Jackson that happened. Like,
That's when she says that,
yeah.
right? Because they want to go rush toward Jackson. She's like, we can get a few extra guns and that'll help y'all out.
Yeah, we can regroup and we can head back and help out Jackson.
So even, oh man,
But
Abby
man,
is a
the
ruthless one.
Siege on Jackson, though.
She did not care that like there were other people. Yeah, I mean, like granted.
She caused
But,
all that. Probably.
Well, I'm just thinking, getting to. Is it cold-hearted Like, no matter, she sees a town is getting raided or attacked, like floods.
Vengeance
You can
has
see,
consumed her.
you probably wouldn't be, from that far, there's no way you could see just like one person, maybe a group of people from miles out. You can see so many infected going towards Jackson, and she's still no compassion for the people in the town. She wants to kill Joel. I mean,
I think Master Yoda said something about that.
right. Yeah, she should have watched the old DVDs or something
Yeah.
from.
Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Suffering leads to the dark side.
Yeah.
So she gets Joel and Dina to their place. Does it stay there while that happens, or does
no,
it cut to the?
Yeah, it kind of cuts back and forth, and like the whole time with the siege in Jackson. Like the alarm sounded, everything's going to plan.
Yeah, they see it. I remember that.
Yep. People on
That
the roofs.
scene right there. They just see like a black fog, or like through the blizzard, and then just immediately start hitting that bell.
Ring
Like,
the damn bell.
yeah, they were not.
Yeah. They barricaded the doors.
Luckily, they had that Jesse had that talk, or was it Jesse or Tommy had that talk about
Yeah,
the
the town
siege?
hall.
Yeah, right before him.
Yeah, that
So they
was
were well equipped, and they start getting to it. I was wondering how those walls they were going to, because this was all new to the game, so there was that level of suspense about not knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah, right.
And it leads into the thought process of, well, we haven't seen episode 3 or 4 yet. I was wondering what were they going to do to be able to fend off that like horde.
Yeah.
So people just start lining up on the walls, right? They drop down some what would it be? Wooden gutters, or maybe
Like
maybe
chutes.
like some chutes to.
Then they roll like these 55-gallon barrels out. I guess full of gas or some kind of flammable stuff, right? It probably was gas. If I
They held the line. They didn't shoot until they see the white of their eyes. They let them start getting closer. Whoever set that up, they knew what they were doing. Like in retrospect, going back and looking at it, the people had all these plans, or they've practiced it before. You know, releasing the barrels, knowing when to release it, how far out they need to be, trying to get the biggest group around them. I really enjoyed, man.
That whole sequence was
Oh
fantastic.
yeah, it was. I was on the edge of my seat.
Completely original. Wasn't part of the game or nothing. That was great.
So they start exploding those. Seems like they're holding their own, right?
Yeah, that their plan's working, but the
A bloater comes in, right?
bloater. Yeah,
And
The tank
breaks
of
through
the
the
group.
wall with under a minute.
yeah.
And then the clickers start coming through. I believe before that happened, Tommy picked up on it, right? And he started telling everybody to start getting on the roofs and getting ready. Or
That was all part of the plan. You like put
Okay.
on the roofs.
So they were already up there.
snipers and all the children, the elderly.
yeah, they were in the
all
basement.
that. They barricaded themselves in basements all over the city. Yeah, and the bloater broke through, made a hole for everyone. Then the town got invaded with infected.
Yeah, the body count starts piling.
Yeah, bad.
It seems like it's for the regular clickers. It's probably close to a 1-to-1 ratio. I mean, like some people's got a higher KD. Tommy being a main protagonist, he goes down there. He
Grabs a flamethrower.
grabs a flamethrower and he's trying to make it to Maria, right?
It made it somewhere close to Maria, but they. Like,
Well, that
they
was
had
his
a
objective. He
line
wanted
of,
to
like,
get rid of
people with flamethrowers.
That's right.
You know, like,
When they were sitting there rushing it.
yeah, once they see all the infected rushing them, that's like most of them like.
Yeah,
chicken
some of
out.
them run out.
Yeah,
Some run away. Leave
Tommy
holes in the
held-
line.
Yeah, Tommy held the line though.
Tommy held the line.
Tommy
Yeah,
held the line,
damn right.
and he eventually like distracted the bloater who seemed to be going toward Maria,
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep.
and damn near.
Yeah, that was a good like one-on-one sequence. That was
near got killed
that.
by him.
it showed the destructive force of in video game logic. You kind of know and understand it's going to take more bullets like a boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
This sequence really showcased like how much more difficult a bloater is,
Yeah, 'cause there's not many
like the
bloaters
fungus on
in
it
the game,
is like when it shows up,
So,
shit gets real.
yeah.
It's not just like a regular, even a mid-sized enemy that pops up often. So it's got fungus all over it, and it's armored.
Yeah, like that fungus is hardened all over its body.
So he burns out from the flamethrower.
I guess, was it just a really big dude that got infected?
Well, in
Or
the
did
in the first game, they
infection-
say like whenever you go to the gymnasium,
Yeah.
they call it a bloater, and then they say the longer you're infected, the more it grows on you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been infected longer than like a regular clicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a really big dude or something. Like it only happens for like specific body frame type of people.
Well,
but-
this guy was like Shaq.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was.
He was massive.
So he burns through the flamethrower and then it dies, right?
It does.
Like right there at him, on
Yeah,
him.
He was about to swing, and then it just.
Yeah, HP
collapsed.
depleted. Thank God for dot damage.
Yeah, that burn damage.
Yeah.
I think it cuts back to Abby and company.
Oh, when they finally get in there,
Yeah.
they come into the people. They all pull guns. Like, hey, who is this, right? Or
No,
what happens?
I think they welcome them in, and they start helping. Like
Okay.
Mel. I don't know why. I only remember her name, Mel. But she's like the medic.
Okay.
She immediately starts helping, like Dana. I think she got injured a little bit or something. And Joel's like thanking them, and he's like, yeah, let's regroup. We need to get back to Jackson.
Right.
Then Abby's like, there's Dana, and this is Joel.
And everybody just stops
Boom.
and looks.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. It seems masterfully told with like very little words.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that
They all
they
knew
know
what
their
to
mission is.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've
Soon
talked
as
this up
they hear
multiple
Joel,
times.
I think Manny. Oh, there's another one I remember. Manny takes Dana hostage, and
They bust out a syringe, say they're going to put her to sleep.
they're gonna put you to sleep. It's fine.
Yeah,
fine.
just trust us.
Trust me.
We've got you at gunpoint.
Who are you people?
Yeah,
But Abby kind of
yeah. She takes a shotgun and just straight to Joel's leg,
straight to the leg.
like his left
He's
leg,
done.
shoots him out. You see it fly from underneath him. He falls to the ground. I mean, like, understandably, because he just got shot with a
Yeah.
shotgun. And then she starts monologuing, right?
Yeah, monologuing.
Starts telling him about
She
why this part matters.
Yeah, she spills the beans completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that deviates from the game.
It did. Yeah, I guess it kind of.
How do you feel about that? Like
Huh?
learning about it this early. I mean, we knew as some people, like people
Yeah.
who played the game.
That part there like caused a bunch of people to quit the game. I heard.
It made me sick. I quit playing for a few
Oh,
days.
Man, I did not.
It was like the same stint as like spoilers, Red Dead Redemption. Whenever John Marston,
Oh yeah.
I tried to reset a lot. I did not want him to go. That caused me the same kind of like. It upset me.
Yeah,
It
very.
did. Yeah.
Numbing.
If he was the uncle to the town, he was an uncle to me.
yeah. Yeah.
They did really good as far as portraying, like, just making Joel likable. You wanted to like him.
You
A lot of
know-
people even loved him, even though he
Nope.
wasn't a good person.
Right.
He says this a lot in the first season
not a good person.
with
but
the
you can
girl
still
who got
love him.
bit and told him to take Ellie on. And that's one reason why he was saying he was so against like him taking her. He wasn't saying he wasn't a good person, but through all of that, damn if they didn't make probably one of the most lovable characters in like video game
Yeah, the most loved.
Yeah.
Most
I don't
loved
even know his
character.
last name. Joel what? Exactly.
I have no idea what his last name is.
And yeah, I do know some people who quit and really disliked playing as Abby for the rest of the game.
Man, not the rest of the game. A good chunk of the game.
Yeah. After spending some more time with it, show that she's like human and whatnot.
I liked it better learning about Abby.
Like throughout time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I ended up liking it better,
Yeah.
I believe. Especially on the second playthrough. But
So she's
in the show,
cutting back to the
yeah,
show.
she just kind of spills the beans and
Mm-hmm.
explains to this man, Joel, why she's a
Which kind of makes sense. Well, it's one of those tropes when the antagonist starts monologuing and spills his plan. Joel not gonna make it through this. She wants him to know why he's dying.
Right.
I really like Joel has been through some shit,
yeah.
and I guess he's keeping it as calm as he can at this point.
Yeah.
He even tells her to just like get on with it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just fucking get on with it. Like I think he knows. Like he's done. Mm-hmm. Like he got shot in the knee with a shotgun.
She even tells him, "You don't get to rush this."
You don't get to rush this.
And does it cut to Ellie and Jesse at this point?
Yeah, sometime in all the confusion, like it cuts back to Jesse and Ellie, and them trying to hear over this garbled radio that hey, Dana and Joel hasn't
Checked in.
checked in. It's, oh hey, we love both of those people, so they like immediately get their shit together and they split up to go try to find them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ellie just so happens to get to the house.
Ellie happens to stumble upon the trail.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what it is.
And then after Abby takes the first swing at Joel, it kind of cuts back to Ellie as she's like coming up the trail, like to
She
the
sees
lodge.
the lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it shows her like creeping in.
It seems to me, whenever I saw that picture of the lodge,
Yeah,
I kept thinking of the lodge that Kenny and his people made a home in The Walking Dead season 2. I don't know,
Oh.
just a small little excerpt
Yeah.
right there. That I kept thinking, I was like, man, that's the same one. Sorry.
yeah. But Ellie does her thing, like creeping in, all that. Then she eventually gets to the room, like she hears all the commotion in. Then
She hears. Okay.
She sees Joel there after she creeps the door open, and she bursts in.
Yeah, immediately acts.
Yeah.
Slices one dude's hand.
Yeah, no, I think it sliced Manny. Like
Sliced
on the face
Manny's on.
somewhere.
Okay.
Because I think
Now,
that's
he
how
got
they recognize
mad.
him. Yeah, he got. Yes.
Yeah, understandably.
Yeah.
You know, he just got sliced at. Or
Yeah, he tried to
slashed.
kill her. Like,
Yeah, they end up. Somebody else had to pull him off of her. Mm-hmm. And they're holding her
like-
down, right?
yeah, and then that's
Yeah. The beating took like she was just hitting him with something. Just like beating Joel. Abby's just beating Joel. With,
she's just beating Joel with her fist. at
that's
this
what it
point.
was.
Like the golf club handle is just sitting on the ground.
And yeah, she turns around, looks at it, and he's already bloodied.
And
It made it seem like he was still alive, like for the last little bit. Ellie's
he-
sitting there screaming.
he was alive, I believe, because he tries. He makes an attempt to get up. You know, like with Ellie telling him to get up. You know, they kind of motivate him a little bit.
Yeah, she's screaming at him.
Yeah.
Get up.
Oh God, it hurts my whole.
And then
It hurts my soul.
she gets a 9-iron and hits him a few times. Or does she break it?
Yeah, she breaks it. It's just on the ground. She's using her fist, and I think
Somebody
that
tells her to
guy,
wrap it up,
like,
right?
Yeah, go ahead. You need to finish this, or whatever.
Like, just put him out of his misery.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She hits him in the neck. She gets him in the neck or the.
Stabs him in the spine or the neck or something, but he's done for after that. It's
Yeah, he's not coming back after that one. He's not going to be in part 3
no.
or the rest of the game.
Damn it! It was such an emotional moment.
Yeah.
It hurt so bad.
And then they knock out Ellie, right? I mean, she starts screaming like, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah, I'm gonna kill all of you. No.
Or do we need to say unalive?
Oh, I'm gonna unalive all of you. Yeah, that sounds more threatening. But
I'm gonna take your alive status away.
you're not gonna respawn.
So then, does it cut to the aftermath? Because they knock out Ellie, right? So then it cuts to the aftermath.
The aftermath of the attack.
Yeah, after the attack on Jackson, or
Yeah, that's right. The camera kind of zooms in on or pans down onto the carnage, and I remember it showed someone that got bit, and then that person handing a gun to whomever, and I
them
think-
offing them.
Yeah, and you hear the gunshot after, and I think it went down to Tommy and Maria. Was it Maria? Yeah, it was Maria. I think Jesse found Dina and Ellie.
I reckon Joel's body too.
Joel's body. They wrapped his body up and was dragging it behind the horse.
Probably saw he didn't need a
Joel's
double
body.
tap.
Huh?
Probably was able to glance at his remains and notice he didn't need a double tap.
Yeah. That should probably be like a standard protocol.
Yeah,
Zombie
really.
apocalypse, right?
I mean, I've watched Zombie Land.
Right? Double tap. Yeah.
So they bring the body there. We got to be getting close to the end, right?
That is the end. I
Okay.
believe. Yeah. I believe that is the end of it.
Just for the closing statements, fantastic episode. Oh, the laughs, the excitement.
Like I was dreading the episode.
Right.
It is,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the best
Well,
episode of the series so far. I think.
So far. Oh,
Like episode 2 of the second season. Like
give it a number.
I would give it a 10.
Yeah,
I'll give that one
I'm right close to it. I was thinking like 9.5.
Yeah. We might work on our rating system later.
Yeah, we're just throwing numbers out there,
We're
but
just
it's just
throwing numbers
like
out there.
excitement for it. But holy shit, was it good?
Oh, yeah. No, episode 3 will probably be a lot more chiller episode.
Yeah, like dealing with the aftermath of
Yeah.
all of Battle of Jackson.
Morning episode.
It was just high octane. It's pretty much on different. Both of them hit crazy good highs, but not because like it was a whole bunch of like monsters at once. Like it was personal. You knew it was getting ready to come on, and then like also action. It was action on two different fronts, but they made it fantastic. And you cared what was happening I cared that was happening in both places.
Yeah.
Again, great storytelling. And I'm crazy excited to see where it goes on. Just because I love the game, but this also has its subtle differences too. And I want to see how it plays out. But so far for like season 2, good God, this is some great television.
For real. I've missed this.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, so I'd give it like 9.5. I'm solidifying. 9.5. I'm writing it down.
No. Yeah.
What about you, Brian? Season 2, episode 2, 9.5. That's what I gave it. What do you think? 9.5?
I gave it a 10. 10. I'm not afraid to rate anything I like perfect.
Well, 9.5 seems the median in between in that. Yeah, I mean, like as far as not saying like I can agree like if 10, maybe not necessarily meaning perfect, but you can't think of a better, like something better, right?
Like they added to it, great. Like everything that was in the episode, like was in the game, but then they also added the siege on Jackson, the infected, that just made it better,
Without
much better.
the game,
I-
probably couldn't have done that. Sticking with either
Not when
Abby,
you're-
Ellie, or
yeah,
Joel, right?
Not when the
they're
playable
not
characters are
Exactly.
Abby, Ellie, and Joel. Like
So that's one of the beauties of television is being able to break away and see different perspectives.
yeah.
But enjoying it as far as that. this is the end of episode 1 and 2. Review for season 2 of The Last of Us.
Yeah. And
I'm Philip,
yeah, and I'm Zach.
and over there is Brian.
Brian, and we are at Time to Game.
We
in
love you.
Lexington.
And this is us recording it at our store, Time to Game.
That's right. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Keep on gaming.